Hey viewers, for DIYers here with another video for everyone. Now in this particular video here, I'll be doing a little introductory of what I picked up a couple months back. Now I was looking for one of these probably for about 3 months, I'd say. This is a 1948 South Bend 9A lathe. This has a 48-inch bed on it. Now if you're not too familiar with the South Bend models, they are known for being quite a precise piece of equipment. Now being that's an A model, there's 3 models available, an A, a B, and a C. The A model here has the quick change gearbox, which is able to do threading, and it also has a power carriage and power crossfeed. So that's definitely a nifty little feature to have. I was looking actually for specifically this model, and they can be quite hard to find from what I've gathered locally. 3 months wasn't too bad for picking up one of these. Now I actually posted a wanted ad, and somebody messaged me. And I went and took a look at it. This was available at an estate sale, so the information and history on this was quite limited. Now I did check it, started it up, and looked over everything, did a good inspection on the gearing, on the ways and such, and everything seemed to be quite good on it. It's fairly well taken care of. It's a little bit dirty, which I do have to clean it up a bit. Now the apron will be coming off, as there is some chips and some gummy buildup in behind there, so that's just standard maintenance as well. As for the headstock, I don't believe it needs any bearings or anything. I will check that out once the weather warms up a bit. Currently today, I'd say it's probably close to about minus 10 Celsius, so it's quite cold today. Now there was a bolt that was lost in the split down process when it was transported to get it home. Now this thing is incredibly heavy, so quite a bit of the parts had to come off. Now this is an aftermarket chuck. As you can see, it does have the backing plate on here. And I believe just some Asian brand. I'm not sure exactly, nothing too familiar with. It does have a 4-jaw chuck as well, which is the original South Bend chuck. So next you can see here, you can see all the different threading options our feed does have. This is a threads per inch it's able to do. Along with, this is first right out of the box, it's able to do imperial or standard threading. Now to do the metric, you do need a gear for that. And surprisingly, this did come with it. Now that can be quite hard to find from what I've been able to find, and they are quite pricey to buy if you need one to get it. So hopefully everything is there for that. I do need to find a little bit of information on this. I have done quite a bit of extensive research on it. I'm quite well versed with this model. Now I have used lathes in the past, but never a model such as this. And I wasn't really too familiar with the South Bend models as well. Now I know there's other models as well, which tend to be like the Logans or the Rivets and such. They're quite common too. Now it depends on where you're located, obviously. I'll just give you a peek with the gearing in behind here. That gear does replace one of these gears here. Sorry about the darkness as well. I will be working on lighting in the shed here. Hopefully some LED lighting I'll be able to set up so you'll be able to see my videos quite a bit better. And I do need to do a little bit of cleanup on this. From what I've looked over, inspected quite a bit, this does actually look like it's original. It hasn't been painted at all. You can't see any of the chipping here. There's no color in the background. It just basically goes right to the straight steel, and you don't see any brush marks as well as any tape lines around any of the objects either. So I won't be restoring this. The only thing I'll really be doing is any maintenance that needs to be done, such as any replacement parts or cleanup. And that's about it. Other than that, I won't be painting it because the paint is still in very good condition on this. Now this does have the 48-inch bed, so I'm able to do a fair amount of material. So hopefully I might be working on some drive shaft components, we'll see, or axle components. This does depend at the moment. Now it does come with a load of milling bits. So as you can see here, they actually came loose. It had a big glass cabinet it came with, but you can see I'm kind of limited for room. So instead, this was all in the box originally, and I do have a load of milling bits in here. Most of them are, whoops, that's an empty one. Most of them are high quality products as well. They're European made tooling, so which is good. So I don't have to worry about buying my own either. There's quite a few end mills and face mills. There's also fly cutters. I do have carbide cutters as well. I believe some of them may need to be sharpened. I do have the high-speed tool steel cutters. Some of those are already pre-cut, and I have, these are for the boring bars here that it came with. And I have brand new HSS as well, so I can do whatever I want with that. Now I do have reamers. There's a couple of reamers in there. So I have some rebars packed away that weren't able to fit in there. There are some brand new milling bits here, which is nice. Now, if you aren't familiar with this stuff, some of this equipment can be quite pricey to pick up, and most of the lathes I've seen available used, they didn't have a lot of tooling with them, unfortunately. Now, I did look at a 10K model. The 10K model means that it's able to do up to 10-inch material, and it does have a longer bed. That one there was, I believe, almost a 6-foot bed, but being limited for space, it wasn't able to work for me. So I'm quite happy with this model here. Now this one should get me by on a lot of different little projects I want to work on. I purchased actually a cookie sheet here, and what that's going to do, that's going to either catch for dripping for oil or keep a lot of the chips contained, so it's easy to clean up anyway. So it kind of keeps the shed cleaned up. Now it did come with a drip pan as well that goes along the bottom there. Next, for other items, now I did already mention it had the 4-jaw chuck. It has the metric gear. You can see it has a keyless chuck there, but it's got the wrong taper on that. So I'm going to have to figure out either I'll buy a new taper or I'll make my own. Next, it also has the vise here, which is for the vertical milling attachment, which can be quite hard to find. This here, I'm not sure what that is as of yet. I've been looking through the catalog for South Bend, and it doesn't outline that in there. It is the same color as the lathe, and it looks to be about the same era, but if you are familiar with this model and you know what that is, please post a comment below, and that would be a huge help. Here's the vertical milling attachment. Sorry about the darkness again, it's kind of hard to see. Now it does have a custom-made arbor with cutting blades in there that somebody made up, so you're able to basically turn it into a horizontal mill. Next, you can see in the box there, it's kind of hard to see again, there's some Jacobs chucks. It came with a load of measuring equipment. It also came with this indexing tool. You can see here, now it has the 5C collets with that as well. I purchased that for extra along with some round stock. Here's all the collets, all brand new, never used. You can see the 5C, there's some R8s in there as well. This can be apparently quite hard to find too, and that is a tool post grinder. Now I don't have the motor for that. I do have a couple electric motors that came with this, and they're quite small, but I might be able to rig something up so this does work. Now I do kind of want to stay away from this, being that the grinding, any of the particles coming off the material that comes off the grinding wheel can be hard on the ways on the lathe. So I'm thinking I might just stay away from that, or if I need to use it I will, but I'll have to figure out some kind of cover that I can put on the ways so it protects them. So here's one of the measuring tools here. That is a depth gauge. Now I do have a original South Bend precision level or machinist level, and I believe it goes to 5 thou increments. Now apparently those are quite hard to find as well, and it looks like brand new, comes in a wooden box. I do have a thickness micrometer. Oh, it's ridiculous the amount of stuff this thing came with. But hopefully I'll have a lot of fun with producing a lot of new content for this. Now I do have to clean it up, obviously. Just going to go around with a little toothbrush and clean a lot of any of the dirt off of it or anything like that. Just being, I'm kind of picky at this stuff. Now if you're wondering why some of this looks a little bit yellowish, I did spray this down because the day it was moved, it was raining. So it did get a little bit of moisture on it. So I sprayed it down with a rust proofing that's an industrial grade. So it's kind of keeping it protected at the moment. Here you can see, purchased some plastic casing there. So that'll be going on the wiring over here, just to clean it up and protect it from any of the shavings. Now I do have the switch on the top here. It's laying down on the side there. I haven't put that in place yet because I still want to clean that up inside. There's a little bit of dirt inside. So I just want to take some contact cleaner and clean up the contacts in there. Make sure everything is working correctly. I'm trying to think what else I should go over here. I do need to get a couple oiler cans for this. I do have one already. That's going to be just for either providing lubrication for the ways, either for cutting fluid and then for whatever other components that need to be oiled. A lot of this does have maintenance which you do need to do every so often. You can see here's one of the oil fill locations as well. You can see there's oil, and it's kind of hard to see, but there is oil in there anyway. So you're supposed to provide oil or inspect them every time when you use this equipment. Now, as I mentioned a minute ago there, I will be doing LED lighting for this as well. I have to figure out something for this. I like to do a safety switch across the front of it as well. Just good to be safe. Now, this doesn't The lathes I used in the past did have a brake on them, where you switch the power on and then you push the power all the way down, and I had a brake to stop the rotation here. This does not have that. So a little safety feature would be nice to have. I'm trying to think what else I should go over here. It was quite surprising of how heavy this piece of equipment was. Apparently it's listed as being 400 pounds, just the lathe itself. Now the stand had to have been easy 200 pounds as well. Now my parents actually did help me move this, so a huge shout out to them and thank you for the help. I would never have been able to do it without them. It was absolutely ridiculous moving this thing. It was tough, but it's in here and it's hard work well paid off. So hopefully this will be a lot of fun once I get this up and running, and I'll be able to produce a lot of awesome content, either making tooling or doing automotive upgrades. We'll see, maybe some small engine performance stuff. I have been brainstorming some ideas with this. So if you know any information on these lathes and want to post some comments below, please do. That would be a great help to me. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to also go check out my Instagram and Facebook, as I did do updates with this when it was first purchased on both Instagram and Facebook. So I tend to be a little more quick with updates on there as opposed to throwing the videos up on YouTube. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for watching.